Wednesday, October 4th, 2017, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. First of all, before I start, I'd like to talk about the video I made yesterday. It was entitled Early Market Update in the UK's Help the Money Lender Scheme. Well, basically YouTube demonetized that video. I'd just like to ask if possible, for some donations if you think I provide value to your views and opinions. I'd like to touch upon some controversial subjects, but if YouTube is gonna demonetize my videos, it would help. There's some links below in the description if you'd like to make a donation to the channel. But I'd have to say, be honest, very rarely do I get a demonetized video, but it seems to be getting a little more common these days. Anyway, it's 8 a.m. London, and the markets this morning, we're seeing precious metals actually rebound a little bit today for a change. Gold is right now at 1275.50, up 4. We have made a new high compared to yesterday's high, which was around 1275. We've traded up to 1279, spot gold. Silver has been up to 1682. It's now 1677, up 13 cents. So silver outperforming. The Dow, well, not... I might as well put a recording here. The Dow is up 18 points, 22,657. And actually the S&P is unchanged, 25.34. The pound is a little stronger, up 0.2% at 132.65. The euro as well, a little stronger, 18 pips, not much really. And the dollar is weaker against the yen, down 0.2% at 112.61. So that's helping gold, the weakness in the dollar versus the yen. That's one of the things I've always talked about in the last few years. There's been an inverse relationship between the strength of the dollar against the yen and the strength of gold. So what else is going on? Well, there was a comment, I think it was a couple of days ago, or 3 days ago, Christine Lagarde, the head of the IMF, and she said cryptocurrencies should not be ignored by governments. And I read here from Cointelegraph.com, and it says International Monetary Fund Chief Christine Lagarde said that virtual currencies should not be dismissed outright by various governments around the world. She further claimed that the digital currencies could provide conventional government-issued tenders a run for their money. She said that at a conference held in London, basically. And I quote what she said as well here. There's a quote of one of her comments. Instead of adopting the currency of another country, such as the US dollar, some of these economies might see a growing use of virtual currencies. Call it dollarization 2.0. So in many ways, virtual currencies might just give existing currencies a monetary policy a run for the money. The best response by central bankers is to continue running effective monetary policy while being open to fresh ideas and new demands as economies evolved. Well, as far as central bankers continuing to run effective monetary policy, I'm not too sure about that, Mrs. Lagarde. To say that present policy is effective, I don't think it is. That's why cryptocurrencies are springing up. One thing I would say, though, that central bankers could do to make their currencies more effective and more competitive against free market currencies is to basically have a decentralized, trustless, gold-backed international currency. You read a lot about all the ICOs, in the crypto space, all the tokens. They're all trying to develop decentralized communities where there's no central, central authority. It's just the people within the community, and it's open, transparent. The blockchain puts it all out in the open. could central banks really, the name itself just says it all, central banks. But were the 150 plus countries in the world to get together and have a trustless, decentralized currency backed by gold on the blockchain, that could work. The problem of the gold standard is that it's basically a contract, between countries to basically follow certain rules, certain standards. Our coins are going to have so much gold or silver. Our currency is going to be backed by so much gold and silver. The last time we had a gold standard a gold exchange standard under the Bretton Woods system, we didn't have a decentralized, trustless system. We had the United States running it. So one central authority, and when it didn't suit them anymore, they just, shut down the system. That was good old tricky Dickie Nixon, President Nixon, who did that. He just basically said, well, the contract is null and void now, and we're not going to continue following the rules of that contract. But if we could get, all the countries in the world to agree and have a decentralized, trustless system where everyone would be able to see it, and maybe the central banks would have to adopt. Could be wishful thinking. Maybe we're too negative. Maybe, they've screwed up the present system so much that it will have to be something like that. Maybe that's why that 2018, date from the 1988 Economist magazine about the rise of the Phoenix, could that be something to do with a trustless, decentralized, autonomous organization organizing a world reserve currency backed by gold on the blockchain? You never know. Does that mean I don't think other cryptocurrencies are going to do well? No, not at all. I think there's room for competition. Like, Christine Lagarde said, you can't really stop it. Bitcoin is, of course, way ahead. There's a lot of, other cryptocurrencies, 700 plus. There are all the tokens coming up. I have a feeling, tokens, some of them will work very well, but do you really need a currency for every kind of business? Maybe, but I'm sure that some of them will not survive. Some of them have done really well. Some of them might continue to do well. Some of them will flop. We'll have to see. And we could also have, tokens issued on the back of a new decentralized gold standard currency. So we'd have tokens backed by gold. The other interesting thing is that, like Steam It right now, they're talking about having the Steam token be an issuing, coin or cryptocurrency, the Steam cryptocurrency, so that other social media websites can issue their own tokens backed by Steam. So, you could have a social media website where people comment and everything, and then you can issue a coin called, ABC social media, but it would have a token backed by Steam. So when people upvote or comment on the stories in that website or platform or app, people would be indirectly earning Steam. So that's the other interesting point. We could even have, a decentralized global currency backed by silver on the blockchain, whatever you want to use that people trust. So, yeah, interesting times, I think, and interesting comments by Christine Lagarde. She didn't come out and say, oh, we're going to have to ban these cryptocurrencies. We can't have that. She's actually saying, central bankers are going to have to get their act together. So yeah, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it far and wide, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and you can also follow me on steemit.com and on Twitter. And yeah, don't forget about the donations. Links are below in the description. Thank you. Take care. Bye.